அம்மா என்றே அழைத்தால் போதும், அம்மா என்றே அழைத்தால் போதும், நல்லருளோடு பொருளும் வந்து சேரும். ஆலயம் எல்லாம் ஒளி வீசும் துகே, ஆலயம் எல்லாம் ஒளி வீசும் துகே, அம்பிகையே அழைத்தால் போதும். சாமவினியே துணை நின்றாயே, எல்லாம் தீர்ந்தேறும். சாமவினியே துணை நின்றாயே, எல்லாம் தீர்ந்தேறும். என் வாழ்வில் தீராத வினையும், என் வாழ்வில் தீராத வினையும், ஆறாத நோயும் தானாக தீரும். அம்மா என்றே அழைத்தால் போதும். தீரும் வினைக்கு வெற்றியை தந்திடும், உற்றவையே தீர உமனே சுந்தரியே. தீரும் வினைக்கு வெற்றியை தந்திடும், உற்றவையே தீர உமனே சுந்தரியே. அகிலமனாமே காற்று நின்றிடும், அகிலமனாமே காற்று நின்றிடும், காமணியே தீர தூங்கும் வெளியே. ஆலியும் நீயும் வந்தே வந்தும் அடித்திடும் மாதாவி, ஆதிவக கனியே. ஆலியும் நீயும் வந்தே வந்தும் அடித்திடும் மாதாவி, ஆதிவக கனியே. முன்னோக்கிகள் புகழும் உங்க செய்திடும், முன்னோக்கிகள் புகழும் உங்க செய்திடும். என்றே அழைத்தால் போதும், நல்லருளோடு பொருளும் வந்து சேரும். ஆலயம் எல்லாம் ஒளி வீசும் துகே, ஆலயம் எல்லாம் ஒளி வீசும் துகே, அம்பிகையே உன்னை நம்புவேன் தினமும். அம்மா என்றே அழைத்தால் போதும். அம்மா, அம்மா, சிவபெருமான் உந்தன் தந்தையல்லவோ, பார்வதி அம்மா உன் தாயல்லவோ. என்னை காக்கும் வடிவேலவா, வடிவேலவா. நின்றாள் துணி நீரா தில்லை அம்பல நடராஜா ஒருமையாதே பழமேதா தில்லை அம்பல நடராஜா ஒருமையாதே பழமேதா அள்ளத்தை தாழவா பாபா பாமியாடவா அள்ளத்தை தாழவா பாபா பாமியாடவா தில்லை அம்பல நடராஜா ஒருமையாதே பழமேதா எங்கும் இன்பம் விளங்கவே அருள் உமாபதி பெருமையகல வரும் பாபா வளப்புங்கவா பெருமையகல வரும் பாபா வளப்புங்கவா தில்லை அம்பல நடராஜா ஒருமையாதே பழமேதா பலவித நாடும் கலைஞரும் பணிவும் பலவித நாடும் கலைஞரும் பணிவுடன் உன்னையே உன்னை பாடும் கலை ஆராத்துவே அப்பா நெஞ்சல் ஒரு ராகம் வைத்தே நீ தூரும் போதே அதை பாடிடுவே அப்பா 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 உன் குரல் கேட்டு என்னை மறந்து மௌனத்தில் இருந்தேன் அப்பா உன் குரல் கேட்டு என்னை மறந்து மௌனத்தில் இருந்தேன் அப்பா கஞ்சலும் குறையும் அப்பா நெஞ்சல் ஒரு ராகம் வைத்தே நீ தூங்கும் போது அதை பாடிடுவே அப்பா 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 வைத்தேன் நீ தூங்கும் போது அதை பாடிடுவேன் அப்பா தனியாக இருந்து துணையாக வந்து தாளாட்டுவேன் அப்பா உன்னை தாளாட்டுவேன் அப்பா நெஞ்சில் ஒரு ராகம் வைத்தேன் நீ தூங்கும் போது அதை பாடிடுவேன் அப்பா அப்பா அப்பா
We will now play recorded speech from Dr. Alex Gardner, sorry.
Sincerely wish I was there together with you and the family 2 weeks ago and also today. Thank you very much once again for asking me to speak on this. Thank you very much once again for asking me to speak on this occasion. This is very, very difficult for me to do. It's not the easiest of things I do in my daily life, but I sincerely wish I was there together with you and the family 2 weeks ago and also today. And my sincere condolences, Sita, to you particularly, Phil, and the family of my late dear friend Sam. I will sincerely miss you, buddy, and I really mourn your loss and feel very saddened by your passing, and that I could not be there with you in your darkest days. Sita, I know Sam cared a lot about you. As you know, he constantly contacted me about you, wanting to find out about the various illnesses that you had and asking me for advice. And then of course he was also concerned so much about Sugen many years ago, and always cared about the family, and secondly for the business itself. So I feel really saddened by his passing, and I'm so sad that I couldn't be there in person. And it's some time since I actually saw him physically. I haven't been able to come home because of the pandemic for 2 years, but fortunately when he returned from hospital, I spoke to him 2 weeks before he went back into hospital for the second time, never to return. And I really wish I could have been there for you and the family. This is hard, really hard, but I would like to recall some of the things that he cared about, that we did together, and the type of person he was. And on this day, I wish him peace wherever he is, and want to just recollect and remember some of the good things about Sam. When I moved from Upper Sizella into the big barracks, I bumped into Sam a few times, but he wasn't my friend then, until we started playing soccer together. Then we got to know each other very well, and he was really a very, very good soccer player. You know, we played together in the same team for Eagles Football Club, and later on, in the last years of the Eagles era, myself and Sam became the senior players for the team. And then subsequently, we met when I was in the last few years of university. He went to University of Durban, Westville, and I remember visiting him there once when it was a student boycott, and we attended a rally there together, and but still continued playing soccer over the weekends. We always returned home. Then of course, he was also an absolutely astute businessman. As you know, he didn't complete his varsity, but started doing some work with the tax, doing people's accounts, and so on, until he started then doing a bit of work for SBDC, you know, the company that gave out loans to businesses, and he did assessments, and he earned a fee for that, and he was staying in that suburb near Chatsworth at the time. And I can still recall the time he phoned me. He said, "Hey, Alex, I think I'm actually going to go into the food business," and he wanted to give it a try. And well, that's when he started the Oriental Plaza. And being the astute businessman he also was very clever in buying up the bakery right next door, and supplied the bread from his own bakery into Oriental Plaza for his very, very famous bunny chows. And Sita, I give you so much of credit for putting together that lovely mix of spices that gave it that special flavor. And then of course Sam, together with his team and yourself, you know, put together such a lovely bunny chow, something that I always did when I came to visit Durban, and always made a trip to Oriental Plaza, and had to eat the bunny chow. And so again, I promise you, I will come back, my man, to come and remember those days, and I will get a bunny chow from Oriental Plaza again. He made this business very successful, with the bakery, the sports bar next door, and then of course the Chicken Licken. And some of you may remember, and the Chicken Licken was the biggest chicken licken outlet in Durban. And then he had that shop also at the workshop, which became the biggest seller of draft beers. So he was in whatever businesses he got himself into, and did it very, very well. I remember every year towards over the phone, the one thing he will always tell me was how many bunny chows he moved, how many kilograms of meat he moved, and all that kind of stuff. And he used to make him really, really happy, all the successes, but then also he was never shy in being very generous to people, particularly those closest to him. When we were growing up, we were just starting to lend me 50 rands. So I lent him the 50 rand a week later only when we got home and when I saw him. And then suddenly I never heard from Sam for about 5 months. And I thought he didn't have any money and this is why he didn't want to see me. And then when I did see him again and chatted to him, that's when he gave me my money back. And you know, that's I've never held it against him. That's what actually held us together in many ways. The things we related to, the things we did together, and talking about doing things together. I want to recount some of the early days we spent together, plus with a few of my friends. I remember one morning, early hours of the morning, 1 o'clock, we went to the beach near Pennington, and what we did there was we learnt through our late friend Dan, also, and our friend Krish was there. We were together. We caught crayfish. There were 5 of us, and we only caught 5 crayfish. We didn't want any more. We just chose the biggest ones, caught the crayfish, lit a fire, ate it, and then there came out a Mellowwood brandy, a quarter bottle. That's all we could afford at the time. And there was no dash, you know. And somehow Dan found some water, and we had that, and then we all swam naked in the swimming pool, and Krish cut his foot in that pool. But we weren't allowed to swim there too, because it was a whites-only pool, and we tried to make as little noise as possible, and then we got away. And there was one moment in our lives that I won't forget. And then another was when we started playing golf together at Amdoni Park. I can still remember Sam when we played the par 5 13th hole. It was a long hole with lots of a very narrow fairway and lots of trees on the side. He would so confidently take out his 5-iron and drive straight down. To all the golfers there, you'll remember this, straight down that fairway, way into the distance, while we were taking drivers and hitting it all into the bush, and he would just hit a straight golf ball. And he became a very, very good golfer, as my friend Dina Gamda recounted 2 weeks ago. Also, he loved his golf. And when I spoke to Sam 2 weeks before he passed on, he also told me, Alex, you know what, I just built a driving range for myself at the house. And while he was practicing, that's when he had this pain. And he knew after he took some of the medication, when it didn't work, that's when he had trouble, and then he took himself to hospital. And that was those soccer days and the golf days that we enjoyed so much together. And then the other thing was, you know, I told you what an astute businessman he was. In his early days, when he just started our business with a restaurant, with me being in Port Elizabeth, I used to buy in the medicines because he used to say how expensive the medicines are, and true, the pharmaceuticals were very, very expensive. I think it's still a rip-off, but I used to get it for him at cost, courier it to him, or take it up for him whenever I came home. And in return, whenever me and my family came up, I always tried to get halal meat, and he used to organize me meat from his suppliers from the various butcheries. He used to get the halal meat. So, and in that time, with the medicines and with the meat on the other side, there was a lot of exchange of money, and we were just trying to balance things out. And in fact, to this day, I don't know who owes each other money. Whether I owe him or he owes me, we don't know. It's small amounts of money in any case. But that's how close we were. We were very, very attached on many fronts, and he was a completely, totally unassuming man. Never the loud one, never making a big noise, never trying to get the center of attention, never flouting his successes in business or anything like that. And he took everything in his stride, for which I will really remember him the most. And now I really cherish that friendship that I enjoyed with my dear friend Sam. So, Sita, Sugan, Phil, I can understand the loss that you're feeling today. I feel the same way. I was so attached to Sam, and I'm really sorry that he had to pass on so early and just short of his 60th birthday. His birthday is actually 3 days before mine, and I'll remember him for those birthdays too, when we used to call each other and message each other. And I feel for you the good he has done, for the legacy he's actually left behind, and also today I want to call upon you, Sita, to please take care of yourself. Your husband was very, very concerned about you. He worried about you, he even spoke about you in the 2 weeks prior to his death when I spoke to him. And Sugan, Phil, please take care of your mom, look after her, and ensure that she gets everything that she needs. And I'm sure my dear friend wanted for her also. So today I stand far away from you, and but very much in spirit with you, as you remember on this 14th day ceremony. You cherish all the memories, and then say goodbye to him in his very peaceful and tranquil way with the family together. God bless all of you. I wish you all good health, peace from now onwards, and to my dear friend, I will miss you great deal. Om Sai Ram.
Thank you, Dr. Alex Govender. We know you're far and wide. Thank you for that lovely speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we've also got a surprise speech here as well from one of the family members. This comes from Ravi.
Vanakkam, Prem Namaste, and Om Sai Ram to one and all. Sometimes brother-in-laws come in the form of brothers from another mother. I can proudly say that for my brother-in-law Sam Chetty. Your actions were always kind, a generous hand, and active mind. You have accomplished so much in a lifetime, but unfortunately your life was not long for all your dreams. When I lost my husband, your brother, you reassured me that I would stand by my side, and you certainly kept your word. The void could not be filled, but I took solace in the fact that you were always there. You constantly showered my girls with that fatherly love, and my grandchildren looked upon you as a superhero grandpa. Sam was a well-respected gentleman, a loving husband, a terrific father, and most of all, a great mentor to us all. The way he lived his life was without his guidance and support. I see comfort in the fact that I spent the last few months here with Sam. I feel satisfied that I tried hard to help him keep my sister Sita comfortable during her illness. All we have now are great memories of you, Sam. The fun times, the joy and laughter we shared. Today I make a promise to you that I will stand beside Sita and you will hold a special place no one else will ever fill. Thank you.
Thanks very much for that lovely, touching speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the second half of this evening's prayer, where we will ask the immediate family, friends and relatives to come and shower their respects for dear Dad Sam. When you come to the altar, there's some house rule. If you want to kneel down, you can kneel, and you can go back and sit. We'll call the wife, Sita, followed by the children, Sudan and Fahd. Om Namah Shivaya Varga, Nadum Kal Varga, Ive Poludum En Nengil Ningadathal Varga. Om Namah Shivaya Varga, Om Namah Shivaya Varga, Om Namah Shivaya Varga. Shivaya Namah, Om 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 Shivaya Namah. திருவண மழையத ஒளியாய் வீரமும் வீரமும் பணியும் பணியும் தவாயா லிங்கஸ்வராயா பக்த சகாயா லிங்கஸ்வராயா பக்த சகாயா அருப்பெரும் ஜோதி நம சிவாயா அருப்பெரும் ஜோதி ராம சிவாய சிவாய நமோ 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 சிவாய நமோ. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the sanitizer is on the table. You can use the sanitizer after you've turned or before you turn. Arul vilake, Arul sudare, Arul jodi sivare. Arul vilake, Arul sudare, Arul jodi sivare. Arulamude, Arul nirive, Arul vadive, Orule. Arulamude, Arul nirive, Arul vadive, Orule. Iru kandinde, ullum muludum, idam konde, padiye. Iru kandinde, உள்ளும் முழுதும் ஈரம் கொண்டே பணியே என் அறிவே என் மூடிவே என்னை கிளியே ஒருவே என் அறிவே என் மூடிவே என்னை கிளியே ஒருவே
அழசெய்னான் செய்மொழியேற்று அருளே தேவரது அழசெய்னான் செய்மொழியேற்று அருளே அருளிலக்கே அருளுடனே அருளோதி சிவனே அருளிலக்கே அருளுடனே அருஜோதி சிவனே அருஜோதி சிவனே அருஜோதி சிவனே ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம் ஓம் நம சிவாய நமோ நமோ 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 ஐந்தரத்தில் நிரந்தனா ஐந்தரத்தில் வழுந்தனா ஐந்தரத்தில் நிரந்தனா ஐந்தரத்தில் வழுந்தனா ஓம் நம சிவாய நமோ நமோ 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 என்னிலம் தாமே சிவாய ஓம் நம சிவாய நமோ நமோ 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 ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம் மாதவனே சிவ சங்கரனே நாராயணாரியோ பரமாத்மா என் துணை நீ நாராயணாரியோ மாதவனே சிவசங்கரனே நாராயணாரியோ பரமாத்மா என் துணை நீராரா ஹரி ஹரி ஓம் சிவ சங்கர ஓம் கைலாசவாசா ஹரி ஹரி ஓம் சிவ சங்கர ஓம் கைலாசவாசா ஓம் நம சிவாய நாராயண ஹரி கங்காதரனே ஓம் நம சிவாய நாராயண ஹரி கங்காதரனே மாதவனே சிவசங்கரனே நாராயண ஹரி பரமாத்மா என் துணை நாராயண ஹரி 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 ஓம் சிவ சங்கர கைலாசவாசா ஓம் நம சிவாய நாராயண ஹரி கங்காதரனே ஓம் நம சிவாய நாராயண ஹரி கங்காதரனே மாதவனே சிவசங்கரனே நாராயண ஹரி பரமாத்மா என் துணை நாராயண ஹரி நாராயண
தீரைவானவன் போற்றுனை தீரந்தனே போர்ந்த கை தொழ காற்றுனை போற்றியோ கடலில் பாற்றினும் காற்றுனை போற்றியோ கடலில் பாற்றினும் நாட்டுனையாவரும் நாம சிவாயவே நாட்டுனையாவரும் நாம சிவாயவே மாப்பினை தருவிய மாதோர் பாகத்தின் கோப்பினை தீரந்தரி போர்ந்த கை தொழ நின்று இறை மறந்தாரும் நற்றவா தவ தோழி ரெண்டும் ஓங்கும் நற்றவா தவ தோழி ரெண்டும் ஓங்கும் நம்மை சிவாயத்தை நான் மறவேனே நம்மை சிவாயத்தை நான் மறவேனே நம்மை சிவாயத்தை நான் மறவேனே. ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோர்க்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே 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 எல்லோர்க்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே தாய் தந்தை எல்லோர்க்கும் நம சிவாயா ஒவ்வொரு மனிதன் கவலைக தீர்க்க நீதானையா ஒவ்வொரு மனிதன் கவலைக தீர்க்க நீதானையா அன்னை தந்தை குரு தெய்வமே அன்னை தந்தை குரு தெய்வமே ஆண்டவனே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே ஆண்டவனே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோர்க்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே அம்மையப்பா குரு தெய்வமே அம்மையப்பா குரு தெய்வமே ஆண்டவனே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே ஆண்டவனே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோர்க்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே நம சிவாயாவோ நீ தெய்வமே நம சிவாயாவோ நீ தெய்வமே காத்தருள்வாயே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே காத்தருள்வாயே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோர்க்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே தாய் தந்தை எல்லோர்க்கும் நம சிவாயா ஒவ்வொரு மனிதன் கவலைக தீர்க்க நீதானையா 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 திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். சத்ய சாயி பாபா சமரசன் தமிழ் ஓவா அருள் செய்வாய் நீ அருள் செய்வாய். சத்ய சாயி பாபா சமரசன் தமிழ் ஓவா அருள் செய்வாய் நீ அருள் செய்வாய். சத்ய சாயி பாபா சமரசன் தமிழ் ஓவா அருள் செய்வாய் நீ அருள் செய்வாய். நித்யமுன் பாதமலர் நினைவில் சாதி நித்யமுன் பாதமலர் நினைவில் சாதி நிலை பெறத்தேன் நீ ஒரு காணி நிலை பெறத்தேன் நீ ஒரு காணி. சத்ய சாயி பாபா சமரசன் தமிழ் ஓவா அருள் செய்வாய் நீ அருள் செய்வாய். அறியாதே மூர்க்கொழுக முயவேனே பத்தினரி அழவீடு பழவீரங்கள் பாருங்கள் சித்தமாகும் சிவமாகி என்னையாடு அத்தனுக்கு அருளியவா ஆத்தெருவாய் ஆச்சோவே நெறியெல்லாம் நெறிதன்னை நெறியாக நினைவேனேன். பெரியுணங்கள் சேராக திருவருளே தேரும் வரும் பொறியோரும் இல்லாதே கூட்டந்தன் கோட்கேக்கே அறியும் வரும் அருளியவா ஆத்தெருவாய் ஆச்சோவே செம்மையாலும் அறியாடே பிறரோடு இருவேனே முன்னை வாடும் அழகீரே முதலாயே முதல் வந்தா நம்மையமோ பொருளாகி நாசிலையே ஏற்றுமத்தே அம்மையனே அருளியவா ஆத்தெருவாய் ஆச்சோவே அம்மையனே அருளியவா ஆற்பெருவாய் ஆச்சோவே அம்மையனே அருளியவா ஆற்பெருவாய் ஆச்சோவே. ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். கல்லாப்பிரியம் கருடாப்பிரியம் கசுன்றியே எல்லா பிரியம் இணையா பிரியம் நின் ஐந்திரத்தை சொல்லா பிரியம் துரியா பிரியம் தோழா பிரியம் எல்லா பிரியம் கொழுத்தரவாயே கச்சியே கும்பனே அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருள் பெரும் ஜோதி. ஓம் நம சிவாயா ஓம் நம சிவாயா ஓம் நம சிவாயா. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். You can take your seats. Before you disperse this, I think Phil would like to address you. Please be patient and
Dear friends and family, I just want to thank you all for taking the opportunity to be here amidst COVID. I know that there are some of you also watching online, and on behalf of the family, I would like to send a heartfelt thanks for all of your support. It's been a long time, and you know that dad has been in hospital, and my mom has been unwell as well. And we really appreciate all of the phone calls and visits and the messages of support and positivity. And I'd just like to thank you all. I'd just like to say a few words and share a bit about my dad as well. Oh, Dad, our hero. No words can explain the heartache from losing you. Having to say our final goodbyes. Turning our backs and walking out your hospital room. Knowing that we would never see you again. Or talk to you again. But it's the hardest thing we ever had to do. Never have I seen a man so strong and as determined as you. Despite all your challenges, in the last 5 weeks, you were in hospital. You always remained so positive. Dad's common words were, when I visited him, or even when I messaged him, he would say, "Mom, I'm okay. How's the kids? And how's Mom? Tell him I love him. Tell him I'm fine and I'll be home soon." He was always more concerned about our well-being than his own. He never ever wanted us to worry. I love you and admire you so much for that, Dad. I can't believe you are God. Your presence brought such special kind of love and warmth to my heart and to our home. Your grandkids worshipped you. You spoiled them rotten. They had to do things like drive all the way to our houses. Take first stop at mine and then at Sugan's, normally on a Saturday or a Sunday, just to drop them off milkshakes from Steers or their burger meals. He'd drive at 10 o'clock at night just to get them ice cream. And when their tooth fell off, there was no higher paying tooth fairy than Dad. Dad was an excellent businessman, a man of good values and humility. He grew his business from one to multiple. Although a great part of his success was the fact that he was exceptionally smart, another great contributor was the fact that he remained humble despite his success. He gave generously without wanting any glory or recognition for it. We thank you for your great teachings and the values you've instilled in us, Dad. Dad, we know you fought the biggest battle of your life in the past few days. Doctors were astonished by what you had overcome. They called you the miracle man. You are truly a special soul, and we are so proud of you. You gave us everything and left us wanting and needing absolutely nothing. It is now your time to rest and fly high with your evil wings. You were the best ever. We love you and we miss you.
Thank you for those lovely words. Really touched everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, families requested you to remain and have supper with them before you leave this premises. It's specially prepared for you. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this evening service. And may you drive home safely and be safe. Thank you, Balaka.
Nice, good.